What's going on, guys? Jolliffe Raids here. I'm back from my holiday, back from my sabbatical. Thought I'd kick things off by getting some of the questions you guys sent in again. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, about 80% of them are drug related. I'll try and indulge in as many of them as I can, but I do like the other questions as well, just for future reference. But with no further ado, let's get into this shit. Realistically, how far away are we from a packet review? I don't know, I've always been a bit funny about that one. Not necessarily because I judge it any differently to the others. What do you think? You think I can bang that on YouTube?
It's drugs the same as the rest of them, really, innit? But it's a bit more dirty doing it, innit?
A little bit. I can't explain why that is, but it just feels it.
Something's going up your nose, innit?
Yeah, it's weird, right? Like, I've never experienced it. The thing is, recently what we've been doing with the videos is taking it before we film. So there's no footage of me doing anything. So really, you just have to trust that man's doing what he's saying he's doing. I could be taking a fucking placebo for all anybody knows. But no, obviously we are authentic, we do it real. So in theory, I could just then start filming, review it like that. But it just feels different, that one.
I think packet as well, it's more of it's a drug, innit? Like the other things you've done are like...
Experiences,
yep. Little bit of, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And the thing is, like, I don't know what it feels like, but I've seen a lot of people on it, and I don't really feel like it's gonna be great content. I don't know why.
Man don't rate that still, man. Don't rate the Yoda thing, you know?
So yeah, on that one, I'm not too sure. What are you gonna try next?
Packet.
Obviously, it depends on the time I release this. I release the other ones. We have other videos I've done which aren't out necessarily. Perkios are definitely in the equation right now. The mushroom video outside, that is one I'm absolutely going to be doing very soon. Haven't filmed that yet, to be fair, but that is going to happen. I want to do it before the winter comes so we can get a bit of like sunset. Because one thing in that first video I never actually spoke about, on the drive home from shooting it, there was a sunset, right? It was one of the most beautiful, surreal experiences of my life. Like, it was a typical orange sunset. What I could see was like purple fucking clouds moving and shit like that, and it was really something special. So I want to experience that again with a different form of mushrooms, obviously. Them two videos are pending. Love the videos, man. Just wondering what made you start trying drugs after never having done them before. It didn't initially start as drugs. It started as alcohol. That was the video I did. And then a lot of people were like, oh, you should try weed. So I obviously just dabbled in that. And just from there, I just became more and more curious about the other kind of euphorias you can feel from these kind of things. It was never my intention to actually go as far with it as I have. It just kind of built naturally over time. And then the reactions to them videos made me even more inclined to try even more of them. There's questions similar to this asking where I'm going to take it next. And really, there's only so many places I can take it on YouTube before it becomes ridiculous. So there's a few more left. But don't expect like a year's worth of fucking drug content, because it's just not gonna happen. Have you carried on with drinking or drugs outside of your videos? Absolutely yes. No, I'm joking, I haven't actually touched anything. I think one time I had a buzzball. Obviously one of them's not gonna get you drunk, but no, I really haven't been drunk or high outside of the videos. I have no real interest in doing so. It's not really my life outside of this. And it is generally all for the experiment in a controlled environment. Do you know what I mean? It's not something I generally have any interest in outside of that. Who are your favorite directors? I'm assuming as film directors.
No, music video.
Music video. It's got to be Culver's, Leon Matthews, Matthew MKD, and Tory. They are the four knights of the Old Republic. Directors. Gotta say Nolan's my favorite ever, obviously. It just can't beat Nolan for me. Quentin Tarantino, of course, Scorsese, but they're the obvious picks. Like Brian De Palma. He's one that means a lot to me. Some of his early films are absolutely incredible. What happens when you run out of drugs to try? Well, that's the thing. Like, I mean, I'm hoping to kind of move into other stuff. A lot of people don't realize I make other videos. Like, they don't get as big in the algorithm, they don't get as many views, but I've done videos trying food, I've done other alcohols, I've got a trim vid coming out, or it might be out. Maybe it's coming out after this.
I think I'll be able to fix it no matter what.
No, don't talk like that, bro. You gotta have faith in your work. It ain't gonna need fixing.
No, it ain't.
It's gonna be sick.
Brother, he's got a new era cap on. Nothing's gonna go wrong.
What else have we done? We did Wheel of Pain.
The Walk.
The Walk, yeah, for the Walk video. I'm gonna do another Walk vid as well. So there's other stuff I'm dabbling in. Generally don't want to do drugs forever. So there is gonna be more of that as time goes on. You guys just gotta fucking maybe subscribe and just check out the other stuff. It's good stuff and I spend a lot of time on it. So I'd appreciate if we can get them views up, baby. This video is sponsored by B&M Jewelers. At B&M Jewelers, they redefine luxury with their exquisite custom jewelry creations, specializing in handcrafted, one-of-a-kind pieces. B&M bring your vision to life, whether it's bespoke watches, stunning chains, elegant pendants, flashy grills, or statement rings. Experience the perfect blend of craftsmanship, quality, and personalized service. Elevate your style with B&M Jewelers, where your dreams become jewelry masterpieces. Contact them today and indulge in the art of luxury. How tall are you? I am 5'11". A lot of people think I'm taller than that, but nah, I'm just a middle height. How'd you say it? Middle height?
Average.
Average height. I'm just an average height man with big, broad shoulders. Try the crazy honey that Joe Rogan tried, bro. What is crazy honey? I've never heard of that.
No idea.
Someone said there's like a honey that's like similar to Viagra. I can't
Yeah,
remember
I've heard of that.
I can't just bang that on a video, can I?
Oh, the man them in the room.
Things might get crazy. Actually, let me look up right now. Nepal mad honey. Mad honey is a wild honey extracted in the Himalaya mountains to ensure the quality of our honey is harvested. I'm not really... Oh, here we go. Moderately toxic and narcotic effect. Well, that's pretty cool. Did anyone give you the inspiration for your channel? No, I wouldn't say they did. The channel kind of came together very spontaneously and it was kind of free-flowing. I don't watch a lot of these guys, to be fair. A lot of people message me and mention guys I don't actually watch, like UK guys. Sorry, I can't even talk with this fucking thing on. I don't watch a lot of UK guys. I watch American guys like Papa Meat, Meat Canyon, Red Letter Media, of course, Mr. Sunday Movies. I watch a lot of film stuff and things of that ilk. I don't tend to watch people trying stuff and Sidemen and Mr. Beast and all that kind of stuff people would assume I might watch. So no, there wasn't a great deal of inspiration with the channel, and I try now to watch even less just because I don't want to like see an idea and be inspired by it and essentially copy anything. I like the idea of it being all authentic, all in-house, all kind of just naturally created, if you know what I mean. Scariest film you've ever seen? What's the scariest film you've ever seen?
I've watched like 2 horror films in my whole life.
What would they be?
Get Out and Insidious.
You've seen Get Out?
Yeah.
Get Out's a good film.
Yeah,
I
no,
like
that film was that was good. That's not even really a horror though, is it?
Not
It
quite.
is a horror, but it's not a horror. The only horror I've seen is Insidious.
What, the first one?
I think it was the 3rd one.
Bro, I get them all fucking mixed up because like Insidious, Conjuring, Annabelle, The Nun, they're all in the same universe essentially, a James Wan universe.
And Top Boy, innit?
They're all in the same universe essentially, but I don't think they're great. Did you find it scary, Insidious?
Can't remember. I watched it at the cinema. It was like 12 years ago, I think.
Scariest films I've seen. I saw a film called The House That Jack Built. It's not scary in the sense of like frightening. It's just I found it uncomfortable to watch. It's a Lars von Trier film with Matt Dillon. It's essentially just from the killer's perspective of being a serial killer and hacking a bunch of people. But it's like filmed and the writing is in such a deadpan way where he's just so casually doing it. And there's no story to it apart from that, essentially. It is just literally kill after kill after kill. And there's some that are fucking awful. That's one thing I don't like. What's the best live show you've been to? I've not been to a lot of like performers, like singers necessarily. I've been to like Wireless and shit, but that don't really count. So I guess my kind of things would be boxing. The two that stand out would either be AJ versus Usyk 1 at Tottenham Hotspurs or Eubank Ben, which happened recently at the same place, Tottenham Hotspurs. They both stand out for different reasons. Eubank Ben was an absolute war, but the only thing is the undercard wasn't great. I had great seats though, to be fair. I was like basically, you know where the podium was, where Chris and his dad came out? I was right above that, so I could like see behind them and then I had a really good view of the ring. Great fight as well, by the way. I can't wait for the rematch. Who do you think wins the rematch?
Eubank.
Eubank, yeah, that's the same.
He's gonna smoke my man, you know?
I think Conor Ben wins the rematch. And my reason for this is Chris is getting older. That fight took a hell of a lot out of bro. He was finished by the end of that. He was in hospital for days after. Obviously part of that is due to cuts, but some of that is due to the hydration. I think Conor Ben is just going to come into it, be a lot more smart with his work, because he was very gun-ho and probably wasted a lot of energy doing that. But I do think it's a winnable fight for him, and I think he does take Chris out. As far as the AJ Usyk fight, that was the first fight I ever saw live, and it was a hell of a fight to see, because at the time, people weren't as high on Usyk as they are now. A lot of people were saying he is too small, he's not going to be able to handle AJ or any of the bigger heavyweights. And look what he's gone on to do. He's handled them all. Undefeated, stellar performances, looks better and better every fight. While we're on boxing, another person asked, Canelo or Bud? Which is of course talking about Canelo Alvarez fighting Terence Crawford in like 2 weeks on Netflix. I stand on the side of Terence Crawford. I feel like he is way better than he gets credit for, and I don't think the weight jump is going to be too drastic for him because he spent the year kind of building up to it. He probably punches a lot harder at the weight than people assume he does, and I do think Canelo's on the decline. I feel like his footwork in the last few fights has been non-existent. He's slow, plodding, and someone like Crawford, even with the extra weight, is just going to dance around him, I think, and I think he's going to get him. Canelo's never been dropped, so it's hard to say he'll stop him, but I could see him just overworking him and kind of making Canelo just give up in the late rounds, similar to what he did with Dimitri Bivol. So that is my prediction for that fight. How did you and your team, company, manage to fund a studio for you to record in? Did you guys just save up a lot of money and now investing it into the channel? A It's not quite accurate, a lot of that. So Culver's actually got the studio, Brick and Mortar Studios. I got an office in here, which is right there. And this White Cove just ended up, when we had this, I wasn't even doing YouTube, I was an editor. So I was strictly here for the editing, and this was strictly for music video production, typically, right? And we just kind of, when I started doing YouTube, it just made sense to kind of come out here and do it and just make the content here. So obviously I'm lucky in that regard where we have all these equipment and capabilities at hand, and it's not really having to outsource or anything like that. As far as investing in the channel, the biggest investment for us really is the time. It's more investing actual time and effort into the filming, editing, getting people in, whatever substance or system we're using in the video. That is the investment more than anything else at this point, which I know is a luxury I have, but yeah. Top 5 films ever. See, I do have a letterbox, and I do have 4 on there, but it always changes for me.
John Wick 1 to 4.
Nah, it's John Wick 1 to 3 and then Ballerina. So the clear one for me, the best film I've ever seen, is Christopher Nolan's Interstellar. And another Nolan film in my top 5 would be The Dark Knight, which I just watched last night, by the way, and good Lord, that film is good. Like, how is it that good? Like, from just, it's mind-blowing. So Interstellar, The Dark Knight, Goodfellas, always stood out to me. A very important film in my life.
8 Mile.
Thing is, when everybody does these top 5s or top 4s when they do the letterbox videos, everyone has like an obscure pick that's not quite like an obvious mainstream pick, right? Mine would be Blowout, the Brian De Palma film Blowout. I've only seen it a couple times, but it is absolutely incredible. Some of the camera work, some of the things they did in that film rival the shit that's done today, to be honest. And it's a really impressive film from start to finish. Incredible story. The cast is amazing. John Travolta, John Lithgow. It's just mind-blowing. That's all for today. There's plenty more questions, but I'll probably save them for maybe another vid or even on the podcast. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your time. Plenty more to come from the team. I've lined them up a little bit, so we've got a few coming out consecutively, so there won't be a big break like there was while I was in Spain. Shoulder for AIDS, over and out.